Hey guys, Colby Marshall here. We're really excited to be doing in-person shoots in the city of Barrie. We're here at the beautiful waterfront with Barrie's iconic dream catcher here, the landmark statue that makes Barrie on the map. So we're sitting here on Kempenfelt Bay. We're going to talk about some development, some good restaurants in Barrie, the downtown core, all the stuff going on in the Barrie. I know we've seen it on the maps, we've seen some articles we talked about before, but this is in person. You're going to see it live. Let's make it happen. Yeah, so this is like the Allendale area. It's a historical neighborhood, but it's in the urban growth center, so they do want density here, is what the town says, but there is a historical layer on here as well, so making the developments happen in this area due to the historical layer of zoning on this is quite difficult, but this whole Victorian area here is designated for urban growth, which is high density development. And all the houses here, you can see some of them are historically protected. We've got war heroes that lived in them, prominent individuals, and some of the historically significant ones, they have like plaques and information, which is kind of neat. But since it is an older neighborhood, all these lots are really deep. So you're looking, 150, 200 feet of depth, and prime for garden suites and multifamily conversions. Most of the zonings in this area too are RM1, RM2 zonings, which does promote multifamily. But again, the historical layer on the zoning gives a lot of residents pushback, even though the town does want to see high density because it is in the urban growth center. So, and we've got the water about a block to the right of us here as well, and the GO train, and we'll make a quick stop there as well. So right now we're going to head out of the historic neighborhood of Allendale, and we're going to go to the edge of the urban growth center where there's a nice big development that we'll go check out that site. So the site we're going to go see is the old racetrack in Barrie. So this is about a 30-acre site, and they'll be putting in, I think it's about 1,000 units. We did talk about it on one of our previous videos. So this is, we're heading up to Essa Road right now. If you go to the right, the water is right there. The GO station's right there as well. So we're gonna go to the left to the tip of the urban growth center, the southerly tip, do a quick little talk there, and then we'll head down to the downtown and show you what the waterfront looks like. So here you can see all commercial on either side. So this is all slated for intensification. This is all in the urban growth center. So the urban growth center is where everybody wants high density. You're looking at, the first 3 or 4 floors of commercial, and then high-rise kind of densities and things like that. So this whole older neighborhood, the next 10 years is going to be completely revamped. So all these houses here, all these old Victorians, nice big lots, multifamily zoning. So, those guys looking for land assemblies and development, this is a definitely good area for land assemblies as well. If you're doing a long-term buy and hold and want to acquire a couple properties beside each other for future development. Hey guys, it's Colby Marshall here again. We're stopping at the southerly tip of the urban growth center, just on Essa Road. We got the 400 highway on and off ramp, the Essa on and off ramp right to the right of us. And this is actually the old Barrie racetrack. So they used to have horse races, stuff like that here. A large company from Toronto has now bought this 30-acre site, and it's putting in a huge development. As you can see behind me, it goes all the way to those houses way at the back there, all the way back out to Essa Road, and this is going to be a massive change for this area. We're talking 4 to 6 residential towers, commercial buildings everywhere. It's an unprecedented development in Barrie. We're excited to see it happen, and it's really close to the highway too. They're expanding the highway behind us up to 4 lanes on each side, so we're also upgrading all our infrastructure, all our bridges. Everything's going to be upgraded in this area in the next 5 to 10 years, and this development should be coming into fruition in the same time period as well. It's going to change the downtown core. This is the southern tip of the urban growth center, and the downtown core is just starting about 4 blocks from here.
So again, you might have discussed this in other videos with Matt and stuff.
Right.
what spurred the urban growth center, and why is like Barrie kind of bullish on it?
So the urban growth center was mandated from the province. Again, province wants intensification, density, and this all came to fruition back in 2008. So in 2008, legislation was passed called the Places to Grow. Places to Grow Act essentially was to cap off urban sprawl. So in every major city center, so Barrie, Orillia, Bradford, even Markham, all the GTA areas, everywhere is supposed to have a designated urban growth center. And in this urban growth center is supposed to be high density development. So anything on this side of the water here that we looked across the lake has been bumping along very efficiently. The ones we just seen up on Essa Road is very good as well. And again, we touched on the Allendale area, which has portions of it in the urban growth center, but has that historical layer on it. So we've got a whole chunk of land there that's being underdeveloped in the urban growth center. But yeah, I don't think it'll ever change now because of that historical designation. So, but it was brought in due to the Places to Grow. So what happened was they wanted these densities so everyone can go up and stop urban sprawl going out. And that's why these were brought in back in 2008. All right, so we'll head down to the GO station now. So we're taking Essa Road down right to the waterfront. We'll do a quick stop in there, show you the proximity to the water that we are with the GO train. And again, this is GO train, goes right from Barrie right to downtown Toronto. So, it's good to have those main arteries of transportation to get from Barrie to the city. We're kind of deemed the hub to the north, so it's good to have those transportation arteries in our town as well. So to the left of us here, so if you see the Lone Ranger here and the church up in front of us, I don't know if you can with that truck there or not, but behind there used to be the old TSC and some older commercial buildings. That was all bought up by a developer. There's also 4 large towers going up here as well, and they'll have views of the water because the water is about half a block in front of us right now. Okay, so we can start to see the water coming up over the crest here. And we're going to turn into the GO station. So this is the Allendale GO station, one of Barrie's GO stations. There's one here. This was actually the old historic train station that is being rebuilt for the last, seems like 20 years. I don't know how long it's been now. They did find some Native American remains here, so they've had people doing the archaeological stuff for seems like 5 to 10 years now. But this building here was all redone. No one's ever been inside of it because again, it was held up due to architectural significance. So we'd be really excited to see that happen, see what's going to go on there. Currently, this is our GO station, just outside bus shelters, and the train does come here as well.
And about how long does it take on the GO train to get to Toronto and back?
Down to Union Station, it's probably about an hour and a half, hour and 20 minutes, depending on what day it is. During weekdays, they have more stops. So it'll be probably about an hour and a half. On weekends is about an hour because there's less stops. So to the left here is the waterfront. We're just going to take a quick stop at a Barrie event center called the South Shore Center. So this is an event where you can rent it out for weddings. The canoe and kayak club are underneath it as well. So if you're into paddle boarding, canoeing, kayaking, rowing, any of those kinds of sports, underneath this building here to our left is where those clubs work out of, and up top is a beautiful venue for investor events, weddings, anything like that. So if you're looking to get married in the Barrie area, I've been to some beautiful weddings at the South Shore Center as well. And it's right on the water. All right, hey guys, it's Colby Marshall here, just checking out some of the cool spots in Barrie. This is Barrie South Shore Center. It's kind of a commercial building for events. So we just want to show you, some of the cool parks. We've got a beautiful military heritage park to the right-hand side of us. We're on Lakeshore, which is lots of greenery, beautiful boulevards, and we're right on the water on Kempenfelt Bay here. So we'll come take a look at the view, and then we'll head downtown and check out what's going on down there. As you can see, we've got nice paved walking trails. They're about 5 kilometers of walking trails going all the way around the bay as well. So you can literally walk from one end to the other, and trails go all the way up to Orillia as well if you're into some more higher end activity as well. All right guys, we're gonna go over what's going on in Barrie from across the lake. So I know we've seen it all on the map from our YouTube videos, but we're gonna point out different developments, different things going on in the area. So if you look right across this beautiful Kempenfelt Bay, we've got all of downtown Barrie. So the urban growth center that we've talked about on our videos start approximately right here, and you can see the high-rise towers starting to come. If you see right between those two high-rises right there, there's actually a new mega development going in. It's going to be 30-story buildings, which is crazy. We haven't seen anything like that in Barrie yet. The current buildings that are there right now are 16 stories. So these new buildings are going to be almost twice the size as the ones you see there. Huge development coming in, and it's smart centers. Huge company coming in from the city. So we got some big money coming to Barrie. Very excited to have them here. You look right across and you see those green roofs. I don't know if you can see them very clearly. That's our bus station, our central hub for our bus routes and everything in the Barrie area. And then we have a plethora of nice little restaurants, bars, and everything going all the way across. Once you hit those orange tarps over there, if you can see them, that is a new premier waterfront condo development called Lake House. They're about 4 stories up right now, and it's going to go up to about 12 stories right on the water, like overhanging the water, which is really cool. Very premium, very high end. We're excited to see that happen. Some nice shops and restaurants supposed to be underneath there as well. So we're excited to see some of these higher end buildings being built, the taller buildings, the bigger density, really gentrify the downtown. We're really looking forward to it. So to the right here is the beautiful Kempenfelt Park. I think this park's about 15 acres. We've got little shops on there, a couple concession stands where you can get some lunch, beautiful grass areas, basketball courts, the beautiful beach. We got lots of swimming and things going on there, and it's all accessible to downtown. Downtown's a 5-minute walk from here too. We got lots of great restaurants downtown. Not all mom and pops, so not a lot of chain restaurants, which I love. Lots of good Italian food places as well. To the left here is that mega development we were talking about at Smart Center, going right in between those two buildings. So you can see they're already moving dirt, putting piles in, getting things moving. It's exciting to see, and there are going to be some big buildings, and it's going to change the face of Barrie. So we're excited to see some big Toronto developers coming to Barrie, spending the time, spending the money, and giving us some nice big premium buildings. So we're coming around Lakeshore here now, coming up to the bus station that we looked at. That was that green roof building, nice historic building as well. So that's kind of the hub for all the buses, everything like that. And now we're officially in the downtown core of Barrie. So again, this is urban growth center, multifamily developments, high rise, high density, everything in this area. And then we have our downtown core, which is all the bars, restaurants, all the fun stuff's down there. So we'll do a quick tour down there, and then we'll head up to City Hall and show you what that looks like. To the left here is Meridian Place. This is Meridian Bank sponsored this park to be done. It's a pavilion area where we know we have concerts. Our New Year's Eve party is down there as well. So that's kind of the hub of the downtown core for commercial events and things like that. We have our Kempenfest, Promenade Days, all those kinds of things. Right in front of us here is the old Hooters restaurant. This was actually bought by a developer. They're going to put a hotel overlooking the water, which is going to be really cool. We'll do a quick trip down the main drag here, check out some of the restaurants and businesses. We got some really great unique restaurants, some great Terrace is great for Indian food, some great Italian food to the left at 147. If you want a mean burger, the Works is always delicious. We got some Olive & Co's coming up here as well. J'adore fine cheeses if you're looking for nice high-end cheeses for Christmas, that kind of stuff. To the right here we got the Queens. It's been around Barrie for 100 years, that bar. More of a younger crowd. There's an older side as well. Flying Monkey Brewery, in-house brewery here in Barrie. Great food. You can do a beer tour there. It's great. And then again here we come out to Meridian Place from the other side. So there's a memorial stand statue there. This was all done in the last couple years. So, you know, again, New Year's parties, this whole street gets shut down every weekend in the summer. No parking in here. You can just walk down here, walk to all the bars, go check out the waterfront. It's a really great amenity that they've done. They completely redid this whole downtown, the roads and all the parking on the sides here. Again, we got some more fine restaurants. Kensington's Burger, it was on You Gotta Eat here, delicious. Donnelly's, some of the great pub food here in Barrie. You got the Dunlop Street Diner, top-notch breakfast. British Arms is great as well, another pub. We got like a smokehouse here, North Country, which is all barbecue food, everything like that. Straight ahead of us here is the 5 Points building. This is a 22-story building that's supposed to be being built in the next couple of years, going up here in the downtown core. And the restaurants just keep going and going. There's a lot of really good mom and pop stuff downtown. We come down here all the time for some great food and atmosphere, especially in the summer. You got all the patios out, everything like that. It's hard not to. All right, guys, so to your left here, the building here with the clock on top is the City of Barrie City Hall. Beautiful views from the top of that building. And beside that, we have the new building that Maddie Construction started with, and it got taken over by another company. And you've got a condo building and an office building there. And that is relatively new. I think people moved into that condo building probably 3 or 4 years now, it feels like. Right across the road is a beautiful historic McLaren art center, so you have some nice art and sculptures and stuff like that in there. It's a preserved building. You can have weddings there and stuff as well. And we'll just pull into City Hall here, have a quick chat, and take a view of the water from the top of the hill here. All right, hey guys, we're right downtown Barrie in the heart of where the magic happens. To our left, we got City Hall. You can see the gold writing right on the building there. We've got our nice big fountain that turns into a ice rink in the winter. Very cool spot to be. Stone's throw from downtown core. We got the McLaren Art Center, which is a beautiful historic building right on the corner there, where we have some of our art showcased. This large structure here actually has some historical significance. This actually used to be the entrance to the old market that used to be situated here before they tore it down. So this was torn back in the early 1900s, and they erected this, which was what it looked like the front gate to the old market that was there. So a little bit of history there for you, and of course you can see the beautiful waterfront right from City Hall, and the downtown boulevards right down there as well. Okay guys, we're gonna do a bit more of a tour here. We're in North End Barrie, a lot of great neighborhoods, you know, built in the 60s. So we got some large frontages, deeper lots in these areas, some nicer mature trees. A lot of these houses are on 150 feet of depth. So when we're targeting houses under the new garden suite bylaw, want to make sure we can meet all those new setbacks. So this is a good area to be targeting. We're going to do a quick drive by the college and the hospital, which is a stone's throw from the garden suite we were just at. One of the largest employers in Barrie, RVH, Royal Victoria Hospital, will be coming up too. And then in addition, we have Georgian College. So that is also a major employer in the area. Obviously brings in lots of students, international students, and gives us a place to educate our children within the city. Okay, so coming up on your right here, we have the Georgian College campus. Some of the best things to study here are automotive, great cooking class and things as well. Directly ahead of us, we have the last on-off ramp for Barrie, so the most northern 400 on and off ramp. And we're just gonna go up here around the corner and we will show you the hospital as well. If you look over top of the overpass, it is actually a lake called Little Lake, and there's actually condos going up around that lake as well. So it's a landlocked lake. You can't really go anywhere else from it, but it's an additional waterfront area that is just on the edge of Barrie, and you're starting to see development there as well, which is pretty cool to see as well. So you can see the big crane up and off in the distance there. That is a 16-story proposed building that is to be built for residential uses overlooking Little Lake. When we get around the corner here a bit better, you'll see some of the medical hub buildings, a couple old age homes, and a lot of medical buildings coming up, because we're going to be coming up to the hospital here. So a huge industry for us, RVH and all the subsidiary healthcare services. We've got a couple old age homes or retirement communities. The new buildings you see going up here, say where the crane is, that's going to be for residential uses. To the right here is this is the Paul Sadlin Center. He's a big car dealership guy in the area, donated money for that. And again, it's a lot of automotive sales. You know, we've got Honda, which is in Alliston, about 20 minutes from here. So a lot of people that are in the automotive industry get their education from Georgian College, and it's one of the best in Ontario, is what I've heard. If you look straight ahead there, you can see RVH on the sign there in the green and the blue. That stands for Royal Victoria Hospital. This is Barrie's hospital. They're actually doing an addition on this hospital. They're almost doubling the square footage by doing a 9-story addition, and that's supposed to be coming to fruition in the next 5 to 10 years. There's also going to be a satellite hospital built in Innisfil that should replicate the RVH name as well. So we're excited to see that happen. It'll be great for the renter pool. You know, a lot of healthcare people are great renters and also homeowners as well. So we're happy to see some good paying jobs come to the Barrie area in the medical side as well. All right, hey guys, we're here at our last stop on the tour of Barrie. We're just outside of Barrie at the Lake Simcoe Airport. I know I've talked about this several times on our YouTube channel. So this is the airport here right behind me. You can see the planes and everything, which is pretty cool. They're expanding this. It's now an international airport. Lots of great things happening here. If you look across the street, all the developments we were talking about are being built. We got the auto park, we've got the medical center. Everything that's going on is going on right across the street. If you go back out the other way, we'll go back to the highway. You got the Burrows Creek event grounds, the whole camping area, everything out there for the Boots and Hearts, the Way Home festivals, all that kind of stuff in the area as well. So, you know, the international airport brings in the superstars for those concerts, and we'll also have a huge import-export hub in the Barrie area coming to fruition in the near future. You can see the machines on site now, you can see the planes behind us, and the highway is just a stone's throw away. So we're glad to see this kind of development here in Barrie. It's going to be a huge employer, and we want to see it done. All right guys, that's it for today. Thanks for coming out for the tour, watching the Canadian Real Estate Channel. I hope you got some good information, keeping up on the developments, talking about the airports and all the great things Barrie has to offer. We'll see you next month.